Hidden Object Guru here with hot new game Recompile, which I'm going to assume is set inside a computer. I think I'll play a new game. Yeah, we got some real Matrix jive happening here. Ooh, temperature protection off. Don't look at the screen, woman. Just under any circumstance. Oh, nice! I'm a cute little digital monster. Or Digimon, if you prefer. Probably. You were incredibly close, Brian. Inside the mainframe, but on account of 6 feet of stubborn blaster, we can't plug you in. Oh, okay. Aww. Well, I'll do my best. Sadly, no. That's insane, Marissa. I assume it was a bot doing it. Oh, cool. It's not 2D. I assumed from the camera they decided on that this was a 2D game, and I was silly to think that. As is often the case, I have no idea what this game is. I request games based on 3 screenshots and a title, and then I just see what happens. I actually don't read the descriptions of the games. When you find useful new code, use it to upgrade your own equipment. And we'll work on that. Do you need me to turn on the lights so you can read more easily? That would be bad. Whoa! That was awesome. What can I do with this upgrade? Can I jump? Please tell me I can jump. Yes! Oh, look at his cute little jump! In order to code gaps in code. Gotcha. Nice. I love the idea of gaps in code. That was embarrassing. They really made me fall for a while, didn't they? I have always pronounced it Janus, not Janus. But that's me. The whole station looks like it's been abandoned for decades, maybe long as pre-collapse tech. Oh! I would love to find out what happened here. And I will save files from my internal log. Okay, my jump doesn't go as far forward as I thought it did. Wow, are they making me fall for a while, huh? It's just when I think of, boom, soldiers, I think of Janissaries, who were not called Janissaries, so, you know. I assume Janus the god is the same thing, even though they're different words from different cultures with different roots. Okay, that's insane, Marissa. Care of you, best and brightest minds. Okay. Aww. We're finding out more about the world and doing some platforming. What is that place? Can I get there? Doesn't look like there's a good path to there yet. Plot twist away! Unabridged. I love plot twists. Unless they are who turned out to be Gossip Girl. I was not okay with that plot twist. I mean, I really had nothing invested in it, but it seemed like a bad plot twist. Especially when someone explained to me who Gossip Girl should have been, and I'm like, yep, that makes 100%. Like everyone else, I stopped watching the show years before it ended, and then just came back for the last episode. Or no, last few episodes. I'm pretty sure Chuck murdered his dad? That wouldn't have been in the last episode, would it? That's something I can check easily. Okay. Oh! I would love to upgrade my code to delete partitions and firewalls. Where would I find that code upgrade? Oh, that's the firewall! Oh, I didn't realize he was the firewall. I didn't expect it to look like a laser spider. But that's me being naive. Why shouldn't he look like a laser spider? I'm doing a lot of falling off of cliffs. That's weird for me. And he's still shooting at me. What is this dude's problem? Do you need help getting back in your hammock? She doesn't. Okay. Okay. They always shoot at where you were, so as long as you keep moving, you should be fine. code and access new connection ports. Will do. Alright, so I've activated that connection port. Now I have to hit another thing to get the power there. Oh, there it is. Do. Weirdly hard to control this jump. No! Oh, that's terrible unabridged. You just need this to be over. Whereas all I'm doing tonight is writing previews for Far Cry 6. Hey, it's the companion cube! I just noticed that they're shaped like companion cubes. Yes, I know. I will go find the deleted, He chases me! Oh, he's such a cutie! Hey, cute button. You're the best. My lady is skedaddling. She may or may not join us on the commentary stream, but she has decided it is nap time, and I respect her for that. I would never take away her ability to nap. Who am I, a beast? I got a good-looking world, this game, I'll say that much. Very funny, Marissa. Although it did turn out that one of the ghosts wasn't a dream, so I have to take back some of the bad things I said about Little Hope. It's not a satisfying ending, but it is, like, a thematically resonant ending. It's still frustrating, because, you know, most of the 5 hours you spent with the game was a huge waste. But, like, the actual proper ending at least has, like, dramatic resonance and says something about needing to accept responsibility and then forgive yourself. Really, the whole thing is very much a metaphor for alcoholism. Is that true? I have no way of knowing. It's just a fun thing to say. Whoa! That was a mistake. I'm making a lot of those. I guess I thought I could get over there, but I just couldn't jump high enough. Maybe I'll unlock a double jump at some point? Why is it so hard to jump onto these pipes? I love confessions. Hit me. I mean, generally I don't like confessions when they're set inside taxi cabs. That's a reference for people who had HBO in the 90s. So, none of you. I didn't even have HBO in the 90s. I was just aware of it.
Canada.
Yeah, that's what I just said. We didn't have HBO. But the point is, yes, I made it! Was there a reason to do this? And all of these guys are going to kill me at once. It's a nice twist. System backup point! Yes, I did it! Oh, I can push the blocks around. Should I, though? Is that going to just tick off their friends? Oh, after we know destroyed, we know what went wrong, and the new version of me can do a better job next time. So I really am just playing as a program. Nice. That's fair, Marissa. I can understand it being that disappointed. Yes, I actually have. I stopped watching Riverdale in the first season because, you know, it's profoundly not for us. You didn't continue watching it, but you did watch Katie Keene, right?
Oh no, I got...
You kept watching Riverdale?
I think I got to season 3.
That is amazing to me. Although, you know what, now that I think about it, you did tell me about things,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Katie Keene is like such a good show, and I don't understand how the same people made the show Katie Keene.
Okay.
Like, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, awful. Riverdale, not great.
Whoa!
Katie Keene, one of the best shows I've ever seen. I'm so sad it got canceled. It was so genius. And the longer it ran, the more it became its own thing.
I gotta say, finding out that Riverdale was the result of one man's lifelong, you know, passion for putting his sexual fantasies about Archie in fiction is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally been making fiction about his Archie sexual fantasies since he was in his 20s, and now that he's in his 40s, he's in charge of Archie.
Yeah.
How?
So going back to the Katie Keene TV show, there are 2 musical episodes. 2!
In one season?
Yes!
That's kind of amazing. You gotta respect it.
And it's only a half season, and because it got canceled, I missed the last 2 episodes of the season.
So what you're saying is there could be as many as 2 more musical episodes.
Yes!
I gotta say, I do love the idea of a show not starting out as a musical and then doing more and more musical episodes and then finally giving up and just becoming a musical.
Literally, okay, here's how deep a dive it does into the world of musicals.
Of course.
They do Kiss of the Spider Woman.
That's insane.
That's insane!
I assume there are characters who work on Broadway and that's what
Yes.
justifies... Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. Damn. And we just got a flat statement, do not watch Riverdale. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Alright, here we go.
No,
3,
Riverdale's atrocious.
2,
But
1.
seriously, if you want to watch a good
Nice.
show, watch Katie Keene. Especially if you read the comic books and are a fan of musicals. It's amazing.
And like, I get why people say Arya should have been the ultimate villain of Pretty Little Liars. Like, I get their logic and it all makes internal sense. But the actual villain is so entertaining. I'm perfectly happy with how that show ended.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, for the love of God, they did an episode, right, about an adoption. Like a secret adoption. And in that episode, someone flashes back to it, and it's in, like, black and white. And everybody, and, like, it's in a hospital from the 30s, and the guy who picks up the babies is, like, wearing a fedora and trench coat. And then you think about it for 5 seconds, and you're like, wait a minute, the scene in which this is happening is set in the year 1994, not 1932. This show is crazy. And that's why I love it so much. What were you going to say?
And what got me continuing to watch Katie Keene?
Right. Whoa!
The first few episodes are kind of just okay. I will say that.
Gah!
But is the fact that the costume designers are genius and literally gave her outfits that were basically just all the Katie Keene outfits
Oh,
from the paper
God.
dolls from when we were kids.
I understand. Anyway, you've never seen a good musical episode, so you've never seen the Buffy musical episode, which is the definitive best musical episode any show has ever done. Because A, they're all original songs, which is fantastic, but B, every single song reveals huge stuff about characters that's going to be important for the rest of the season. It is the single best musical episode any TV show has ever done. Yeah. And I'm not counting, obviously, shows that are full-time musicals.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Gallivant. You don't have to keep telling me.
Yeah. You know, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Again, it's a musical show, so you can't count that.
No, you don't count musical
I
shows.
would second that with, and this one's going to surprise you because you haven't seen this episode, the Supernatural musical episode.
No, I haven't seen that. Is it solid?
It is really good.
I will keep that in mind.
The music's not necessarily as good as Buffy's, but it's fascinating the way they went about doing the musical, and the musical references and makes fun of the show to a degree that is really enjoyable.
Gotcha. Yeah, I had to give up on Supernatural after season 5 when it just became a series of episodes about the brothers doing unforgivable stuff to each other and then forgiving each other and the show just continuing like nothing happened. And, whoa! That was bad. And after a certain point, Dean's anti-monster racism really started to bother me. I would love to notify. Batchers blast your way through the problem. There is almost always another way in. Of course, that's been bothering me since season 1 or 2, when they're like, well, lady, I guess you're a werewolf, you're gonna have to kill yourself. No. That's why God invented cages. You can have a perfectly comfortable life. You just have to get locked up in a cage from time to time. Oh, that was dangerous. But again, they're monster racists. It's really the main theme of the show. I guess the last season I watched was the one where James Stewart was the villain for the year, and he's one of my favorite performers, so I was really happy he was on the show, and I'm like, ah! After this, it's not going to get a lot better, so I just gave it up.
The season I was
She's not a terrible singer, Brian. Sarah Michelle Gellar. She's not great. She's not Anya, who's clearly a great singer. And, or Tara, who is incredible. But, like, she's perfectly good to be the lead in a musical. I mean, she's more, like, you wouldn't cast her in a musical, but, like, a musical episode, she can hold her own. The only one who, of course, couldn't is Willow, which is why... And I love that she said to him in advance, I'm not gonna sing, so don't write me any songs. And Joss Whedon was like, okay, I mean, obviously I want to write you songs. You're my favorite performer and favorite character. Obviously you should have songs. And she's like, yeah, I appreciate that. Don't give me any songs. No! Yeah, I heard about that, Brian. Castiel saying he's in love with Dean, and then Dean being like, later, and Castiel goes to hell forever? Yeah, not a cool way to end the show, creators. Not a cool way to end the show at all. Like, if you thought the way that... Because the difference is, the people who wanted Sherlock and John together were all making up the clues in their head. But, like, it was text within the show that obviously they were hinting over and over again about Dean and Castiel being a couple. Over and over and over again. I have seen compilations. Wow.
The problem is, like, people shipped them at first.
Yep.
But
And
then
the show really went with
the
it.
show leaned into that for many seasons.
Yeah,
after.
in a way that Sherlock never did.
Yeah.
There was a giant ship community that Sherlock, honestly, maybe Sherlock shouldn't have made fun of the ship community as much as it did, but it never, like, fed the ship community. That was all the ship community doing it for themselves and seeing stuff that wasn't there. But in Supernatural, it was all there. They made it part of the canon. No! Oh, wait, I'm supposed to do this? It's really hard to tell how to progress. Of course, the game told me it was going to be hard, so I can't claim I thought that was safe. What's the video, Horror King? I can't believe... So... Wait. I just continued at the place I had fallen? Or where am I supposed to go? I have not seen the Scooby-Doo Supernatural episode. Like I said, I stopped watching after the season with James Stewart in it, and I'm just like, yeah, that's enough for me. I got to see James Stewart being a villain. Wasn't a very good season. Bobby died. And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess this is enough of this show for me. Does anyone see what I'm supposed to... Oh, wait. Oh, there's just a... It wasn't Deadly Floor. You can only just fall so far before dying. Okay, well, the game didn't explain that at all. Go and lie down, woman?
Yes.
Want to go plug in your phone and you can chat with us if you feel like it?
Yes.
Oh, she's doing it, everybody. So you can still communicate with her via the chat. I just won't be able to talk to her in person, which makes me sad. But then again, I live with her, so it's not really much of a chore to me to walk into the the other room and chat with her. That seemed like I was making a mistake, but it is the way they intended me to go. I know, I'm as surprised as anyone. Yeah, my biggest problem with the game is, I guess the light aura around him is giving me problems figuring out exactly where he's standing, and I'm having, like, difficulties making that jump. Riverdale, the musical. Thanks, Orking. Dr. Hugo Wilden. Gotcha. 78 looks like the schedule update at last. Okay. Okay. Oh. So anyway, does anyone have any pitches for what character type an immortal dragon necromancer should be? Like, what kind of guy is that? I've got a couple of things about his personality on lock, but, like, fundamentally, I'm trying to figure out how is this dragon going to talk, you know? Like, how is he going to chat with people? What is this going to be? What kind of dialogue am I writing for this guy? Like, immortal dragon necromancer? You thinking like one of those Shakespeare-type characters who's always yawning forsooth and trying to seem dramatic? You know, like a bootleg Smaug? Is he a fast-talking charlatan? Like, what's this guy's deal? I know who he is and what he wants. I just don't know exactly what his personality type is like. Spoiler alert. He lives in a lava cave at the center of the earth. Thought I should make that clear. It does seem that way, Marissa. Okay. I assumed as much, Horror King. Come on, here we go. Also, I felt betrayed by, them including Josie and the Pussycats on Riverdale, because in my heart there will only ever be one Josie and the Pussycats. And I think we all know who I'm talking about. A hypervisor AI, tell me more. Cool, Horror King. Ooh. One of the weirder things about going to Netflix is that the woman who plays Maze on Lucifer is like, I'm a very good singer. I think my character should sing more on the show. And now they have found excuses for this monstrous demon torturer to sing a bunch on the show. And I want to make it clear, she's a really good singer. It's just weird to watch. What? I love fragmentations of code. Or do I? I don't know if this is a positive or negative thing. Oh, I'm the fragmentation of code. And he's the one finding me. Okay. I get it now. Oh, so I'm the virus now. Okay, fine. Oh, wait, no, I am literally a virus. Except I'm not replicating. Real viruses replicate. I'm more of a worm that digs into a place and finds things. That's not a bad pitch, Brian. I want to make a game about the Dragon Necromancer. It'll be like a Dr. Mario-style puzzle game, where the Dragon Necromancer is your boss. So I have to figure out what his whole vibe is. That is insane, Marissa. I jumped way too early. I didn't realize I was supposed to wait for that bridge to get here. It's just logic. I should have known. God, I'm looking at the background here. I'm like, God, this is incredibly Tron. Even the music is getting Tron. Like, it was always going to be Tron-esque, but wow. Woo! Crashing. Looks like your build is stable. Good to know. Oh no! Why waterlogged? Has there been an earthquake? And everything fell into the ocean? Whoa! That was not ideal. Let's go this way instead. I gotta say, this depiction of, like, just a trashed computer system, I'm not gonna say it's the most innovative thing I've ever seen, but it's a very interesting depiction of a trashed computer system. But yeah, my biggest problem in this game seems to be trying to gauge exactly how far I can jump. And I've been at this half an hour, and I still really don't get it. It's just his jump is so floaty, and he goes so high but doesn't get any distance at all. It's a very weird jump. Alright, I'm ready for anybody who wants to fight with me. Hey! It's Master Control Program. Whoa! God, Tron so defined how people think of computers that it's still echoing down today. Aww. We did it! We made it into the access node! Thank you for the trophy game. What? Aww. We're playing Rogue. This is what Rogue looked like, everybody. It's called a 3D platformer, Horror King. That's what type of game this is. Hey, I got healed! Finally! Alright, let's see what the next plot is. User not in core ID. Please translate. Oh no! Oh my god. Yep. Yeah, Pac-Man's in the first Tron movie. Way off to the side. When they're talking to Sark, when Sark's talking to the guys at the control panel of the ship, way off on the left-hand side or right-hand side, corner of the screen, Pac-Man is chomping away on some dots in a little maze. It's really cute, and unfortunately, you just can't see him. You can't see him at all in the VHS version, which is how I originally saw it, like TV and VHS versions. So I didn't know he was there for years. Just like the joke about Alan's cubicle makes no sense if you're not watching it because you can't see the... Oh, no. Because you can't see the cubicle farm. So they do this whole wide shot of Alan leaving his desk, and you're supposed to see that there are 500 identical tiny desks all together. And, like, it's supposed to provide a visual counterpoint to, you know, the cluttered nonsense of the computer world and show that it's like humans are forcing themselves to work in the same kind of insanely dense, dehumanizing environments. Like, that's supposed to be the joke, but you can't see the cubicle farm, so the shot has no reason to be in the movie anymore. It's kind of fascinating how, like, the visual storytelling language is completely sabotaged by pan and scan versions of movies. Like, anybody who cares about creating an interesting frame will be foiled by pan and scan versions of their movies. And yet people give me crap for watching movies at a high speed. What? Okay, I'm not comfortable with how high we're getting. Fun fact, I'm so scared of heights that I'm even scared of heights in video games. That's not a... That's not a joke. That's a real problem I have. Not a big problem, but it is a problem. I freak out and hyperventilate if I spend too much time around, you know, this kind of nonsense. Luckily, this screen, it's only when the screen fills up most of my vision. So, as long as I'm removed from it like I am here in this game, doesn't bother me in the least. It's when I have the monitor right next to me, or God forbid, in VR, that I get all freaked out about how high up I am, even though I'm not really high up. So, don't touch that wall, it will kill you. Good note. Wish you had communicated to me via some method other than killing me. You'll need to get tackle mission control in order to get the station comms repaired. Bad news, I should have tried to wipe the entire sector. Well, that's bad news. No, but thanks for reminding me, Horror King. Okay. See, I can't make that jump. There's no planet under which I can make that jump. So is this the wrong direction? Has it all got deleted? I mean, maybe... No, I can't go up there either, because look at how high I would have to jump. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work. But I did it anyway. Okay, well, this is actually kind of cool. I'm dodging all sorts of stuff and falling way down. Oh, cool! Data about the biosphere. Done and done. Yikes, Marissa. I don't know how you do it. I mean, I'm just not good with heights. Especially in VR. Nothing for me to shoot, huh? Did a podcast today about the show Wise Guy, and it led, as things often do, to a conversation about how J.K. Rowling seems pretty awful. It was more organic than I'm making it sound. The conversation. That's obviously the wrong way, but what's the right way? Hilarious Horror King. Comedy, as the kids say, gold. I want to be, like, cute or funny or sarcastic, but this game just looks gorgeous. Like, they have taken the Tron concept and put in their own aesthetic, which is just stunning. Music's great. Everything about this world intrigues me. Way to go, developers. Totally, Marissa, I get that. Oh. So I have to find a bunch of RAM and turn it on. So these are supposed to be the coils inside a computer, or visual representation thereof. Nice. Nope. Nothing there. But yeah, dear developers, I don't know if you're ever going to see this, but like chef's kiss to your art design team. Wow. This thing just looks stunning. Isn't it weird that it's only horror games that get you to set your gamma to the right level? I guess people think that it's like, oh, it only really matters the light and dark interaction in horror games. Because, you know, it's all about spooking you out and finding a way to scare you. But I'm like, you'd be surprised how important like lighting design is for many genres. Not just, you know, it's not just about ensuring that stuff can jump out of the darkness at the player. Lighting is vital for creating mood. And this game is a perfect example of that. That was a mistake. Or was it? Wise Guy Podcast. It's over on, it's an offshoot of the Profiling Criminal Minds podcast. So you can find it in the description below this video. And all my videos. Yeah, so it's called Style Section, the Wise Guy Podcast. It's a podcast about Ken Wall's show. Ken Wall being famously the handsomest man on television. Circa 1987 to 1990. Just a man so handsome it doesn't even make sense that he's a real person. And he was the star of a TV show that, and I know I talk about this a lot, so sorry if I drone on, is the most important TV show in the modern history of television. It invented modern television, and every TV show that's considered critically acclaimed and popular now is swimming in water that was poured for it. Swimming in a pool built for it by Wise Guy. That was not a good analogy. Or I guess in that case, metaphor. No, but thank you for reminding me, Horror King. Well, I have honestly no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Should I have read the notes more carefully? Yes, I will own that. But also, it wouldn't kill them to give me a little button to push to say, here is your target. Quickly program. You have to go that way to get there. Let's see what it looks like without the glitch effect. I'm not saying I'm going to keep it off, but see, there is a brightness button, but there's no suggested brightness. There's no, oh, what you want to do is get your brightness to this level so you can see X, Y, or Z to have the best experience. It only seems like, for the most part, and I say for the most part, there are others, but generally, like, every horror game does that, and very few non-horror games do that. Boom. It's weird, I am running both the internet's only Wise Guy podcast, which again is crazy given how influential it is, and the internet's only Criminal Minds podcast, which is less crazy because people don't want to admit they watch Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds is everybody's guilty pleasure. They'll watch it and they'll talk about it with friends, but nobody wants to, like, admit they're a fan of Criminal Minds. Because I think deep down everybody knows it's trash, but it's trash that they just love. Is 80% of that Matthew Gray Goobler and 20% of that Shamar Moore? Yes, 100%. Sorry, every other member of the cast. Especially Adam Rodriguez, who does great as a character. Well, he's not really a character. He is just what if Derek Morgan wasn't a toxic person, but everything else is exactly the same. Yeah. Fun fact. He, well, I was about to say fun fact, but it was not a fun fact. He was, going to talk to Diane Keaton about a movie. This movie where she plays, the wife of a warden who falls in love with a prisoner and then helps him escape. You know, the kind of thing that actually happens in real life from time to time. And Ken Wall was going to play the lead. And on the way to the meeting, he had a motorcycle accident and badly screwed up his back. And, you know, doing all the stunts on Wise Guy only made that worse. Then the second season of Wise Guy, he had a horrible workplace injury where, ow, a camera ran over his leg, severing his tendons. And he was never quite right after that. And he just, after Wise Guy, just said, I can't do this anymore. Entirely gave up acting. But yeah, truly one of the handsomest men ever to be on screen, and a fantastic actor to boot. What happened with Special Victims Unit? Boom. Well, that was awesome. Yes, I can recompile! That means I can fix things, right? Yeah, I want to recompile. What is the stuff I'm supposed to look at, supposed to recompile look like? And how do I do it? There's a user manual tab. Thank you! Alright, so I go down here and then I look for something to recompile. Nice. But yeah. And the thing that we're finding so fascinating about Wise Guy as we rewatch it, that I had never noticed before, like, I had always just been so taken by what a great drama it is, I had never noticed how intensely political a show it is. And oh my god, is it like the most political show. Yeah, a lot of people, Law & Order SVU is, I think a lot of people have that as their guilty pleasure, Marissa. That's a pretty common guilty pleasure. God, I love that the map is the game Rogue. That's such a cool choice. Yeah, Ken Wall, retired. I believe married one of the Barbie twins. And if you don't know who are, that's okay. It just means you weren't alive in the 90s. Or of age in the 90s. And, you know, just does his own thing. Like, he and his family just do their own things. But yeah, he actually came back and did a bunch of commentaries for the DVDs. And, I mean, they're not the most detailed commentaries. He doesn't have an interviewer there. So he only talks, nice, when he has when something occurs to him, but a lot of interesting information. Yep. That's true, Marissa, because all those people live in New York, and Law & Order is one of the only shows shot in New York. So it's just non-stop Broadway actors and video game voice actors. Yeah, this thing is solid. Like, obviously it's kind of baffling, and they've really taken the training wheels off vis-a-vis helping me figure out where to go, but, like, except for the jump that I'm having real trouble getting the hang of, the rest of the game's controls are stellar. It looks incredible. I'm very much pro Recompile. For now, though, I've been the Hidden Object Guru. Thanks so much for joining me and coming on this journey with me. If you had a good time and you'd like to see more, there's buttons for that coming up. Cool. Questions, suggestions, related whatnots, go in the comments section below the video. I'm going to see you back here for more new and upcoming games, but until then, I'll say that's right. Au revoir.